To draw the abdominal veins, we'll start by drawing a diaphragm. We draw one big line down the center representing the inferior vena cava, which will split to form the common iliac veins. So our first line here is the inferior vena cava, and these splits down here are the left and right common iliac veins. Just under the diaphragm, we have a set of 3 veins coming from the same point, and then partway under that, we are going to have 2 large veins, one of which is a lot longer on the left side. At the top here, these are our hepatic veins. They're not usually visible because they're inside the liver, but they're going to be the right, the middle, and the left hepatic veins. Underneath that are our veins connecting to the kidney. So we have a right renal vein and a left renal vein. Close to the diaphragm are our next branches, but we're going to space them out a little from the hepatic veins. These are 2 veins coming up to supply the underside of the diaphragm, so these are the inferior phrenic veins on both the left and right side, but I'm only labeling it on the right. Underneath that, we have a pair of asymmetrical veins that are going to supply the suprarenal or adrenal glands. So on the left side, branching off the left renal vein, is the left suprarenal vein, and on the right side, branching off the inferior vena cava, is the right suprarenal vein. Our next pair of veins are also asymmetrical. So off the left side, branching off left renal vein, off the right side, branching off the inferior vena cava. These are the gonadal veins. So they're also known as the ovarian veins if they supply the ovaries, or the testicular veins if they supply the testes. Before they split, there is one branch off of the common iliac veins. These are going on the posterior wall and known as the ascending lumbar veins. Over on our left side, that ascending lumbar vein becomes the hemiazygos vein once it crosses the diaphragm, and the right side will become the azygos vein as it crosses the diaphragm. So they're the same vessel, they're just changing names as they move from the abdomen to the thorax. Finally, supplying the posterior wall and muscles of the back, we have these small veins here called lumbar veins. These are a little variable. They can begin at the vena cava, they can begin at the ascending lumbar veins, and they're often connected to both. The veins shown here are what we call the Caval system veins when we're in the abdomen. The other veins are known as the portal system and have to be drawn separately because they sit directly anterior to the Caval veins. So first, we'll redraw our hepatic veins so that we can orient. We have 3 veins here, known as the right hepatic vein, the middle or intermediate hepatic vein, and the left hepatic vein. These are all directly connecting the liver to the inferior vena cava. Going into the liver from the underside, we have this short, broad vein known as the portal vein, which is formed where these 2 other veins join together. So first is the portal vein, and the direction of blood flow here is flowing into the liver through the portal vein and out the liver through the hepatic veins. Where our portal splits, we're forming our splenic vein off to the left and our superior mesenteric vein going inferiorly. The other major branch is off of the splenic vein, and this is the inferior mesenteric vein. The other branches of the portal system are going to come off of these veins kind of variably. What we can generally assume is that the branches of the superior mesenteric vein are the same as they would have been for the superior mesenteric artery. So we'll expect to see the inferior pancreatico-duodenal vein, the right and middle colic veins, the intestinal veins, which are going to include both the jejunal and the ileal veins, and the ileocolic vein and its branches. Similarly, branching off of the inferior mesenteric vein, we're going to expect to see our left colic vein, our sigmoid veins, and our superior rectal vein. Branching off of the splenic vein, we are going to expect to find the pancreatic veins. Branching off of the portal vein, we'll expect to find our cystic vein, our left and right gastric veins, and our superior pancreatico-duodenal veins. So essentially, everything draining from the digestive system passes through the liver to get to the hepatic veins and then back to the inferior vena cava.